folks. Are you ready for an exciting journey into the darkest corners of global politics? Today, we're not talking about the beauty of nature or technological advancements. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on a secret that few dare to speak. We're going to dive into countries whose names are intertwined with hatred, countries whose heavy shadows have fallen over global public opinion. Are you ready to hear some bitter and shocking truths? Then fasten your seatbelts, because this video isn't going to leave anyone indifferent. From the 10th spot to the first and most hated country in the world, join us in this unprecedented expose. This list is the result of extensive surveys and analyses of global public opinion, and it might change your perspective on many issues. Are you ready to face this bitter reality? Can you accept these facts without judgment? Then stay with us to see which countries are at the top of this blacklist and why. This isn't just a simple list. It's a perfect mirror of the feelings and perceptions of billions of people. You're going to be truly surprised. 10. Saudi Arabia. In 10th place on our list is Saudi Arabia, a country with vast oil reserves and extensive influence in the Middle East. But why has this country found its way onto the list of the most hated? Many criticisms of Saudi Arabia stem from human rights violations, severe social restrictions, and the country's role in the Yemen war. Also, accusations related to supporting extremist groups and controversial actions on the international stage have tarnished this country's image in global public opinion. Despite efforts toward modernization, this country still faces significant challenges regarding its international image, which is why it's on our list. Turkey. A bridge between East and West with a rich history and culture. But these days, Turkey faces many challenges that have placed it 9th on our list. The government's recent policies regarding freedom of speech and democracy, the arrest of journalists and dissidents, and the country's role in regional conflicts have led to a change in how this country is viewed. Furthermore, disputes with the European Union and tensions with neighbors have negatively impacted Turkey's international standing. Erdogan and his policies are the main cause of this global animosity towards the country. 8. Iran. In 8th place is Iran, a country with an ancient civilization and hospitable people, but with a regime facing severe international criticism. Iran's nuclear program, support for paramilitary groups in the region, and human rights violations are among the accusations leveled against this country, leading it to be on the list of the most hated. Economic sanctions and international isolation have only exacerbated this sense of hatred and created serious challenges for this country. India. The world's largest democracy and a land of unparalleled cultural diversity. But why is this country in 7th place? The rise of Hindu nationalism, violations of minority rights, especially Muslims, and the suppression of domestic protests are some of the reasons why India has come under negative scrutiny. Additionally, extensive environmental challenges and severe poverty in some regions have added to this negative image. Despite significant economic growth, this country still grapples with many social and political problems. 6. United Kingdom. The United Kingdom, a country with a tumultuous history and an important role on the global stage. But why is this country in 6th place? The legacy of colonialism, interference in the internal affairs of other countries, both past and present, and recent political decisions like Brexit have led the UK to be on the list of the most hated. Also, criticisms of immigration policies and hidden racism in society have added to this negative image. Despite its cultural and economic influence, this country still faces challenges related to its past and present. 5. China, a rising economic power and a country with an enormous population. But it's in 5th place on our list. Widespread human rights violations, especially in the Xinjiang region, suppression of freedoms in Hong Kong, and aggressive policies in the South China Sea are some of the reasons why China has found its way onto the list of the most hated. Additionally, accusations related to cyber espionage and a lack of transparency regarding the origin of the coronavirus have added to this sense of hatred. Despite its economic power, this country faces severe international criticism. Israel. Israel, a country in the heart of the Middle East with a complex history and conflicts. It's in 4th place on our list. The occupation of Palestinian territories, settlement policies, and ongoing conflicts with Palestinians are some of the reasons why Israel has come under negative scrutiny. Furthermore, human rights violations in the occupied territories and military attacks on Gaza have added to this negative image. Despite international support, this country still faces serious challenges regarding peace and security in the region. 3. Russia. Russia, the largest country in the world and a nuclear power. But it's in 3rd place on our list. Interference in the internal affairs of other countries, the invasion of Ukraine, and human rights violations within its own borders are some of the reasons why Russia has found its way onto the list of the most hated. Additionally, accusations related to interference in other countries, elections, and the suppression of dissidents have added to this sense of hatred. Despite its political and military influence, this country faces widespread sanctions and international isolation. United States of America. In 2nd place is the United States of America, a global superpower with extensive influence worldwide. But why is this country in this position? Military interventions in other countries, unfair economic policies, and systemic racism are some of the reasons why America has found its way onto the list of the most hated. Additionally, internal divisions and societal polarization have added to this negative image. Despite its power and influence, this country faces serious challenges regarding its international image. 1. North Korea. And now, in 1st place, the most hated country in the world, North Korea. An isolated and mysterious country with a totalitarian regime. Its nuclear and missile program, widespread human rights violations, and constant threats against its neighbors and the international community are some of the reasons why North Korea is at the top of this blacklist. Despite its isolation and severe sanctions, this country continues its policies and has become a symbol of dictatorship and a global threat. This country rightly deserves its place at the top of this list. Well, folks, we've reached the end of this challenging journey. We've seen how a country's policies, actions, and even its past can influence global public opinion and place it on the list of the most hated. This list isn't just a statistic. It's a serious warning to all governments and nations to understand that every step they take has a global impact. No matter how powerful you are, if you trample on human rights, if you endanger global peace, if you silence the voices of your people, you will ultimately be judged and hated globally. I hope this video serves as a wake-up call for all of us to look at global issues with a deeper perspective and play our part in building a better and more peaceful world. What do you think? Do you agree with this list? Which countries should we add to or remove from this list? Be sure to share your thoughts in the comments section. And don't forget to share this video with your friends and subscribe to our channel to stay updated on our future videos. Until the next video, take care of yourselves, and here's to a world full of peace and friendship.